Hello everybody, I am back out in the shop, and what I'm going to do this evening is I'm going to attempt to make another one of those transition pieces. I'm going to take my time now and document from what I know from the last one, try to document it so that way when I want to make another one, I've got written documentation of the measurements and exactly how to do it. Now I do want to make a few minor adjustments as I mentioned in the previous video, and like I said, I won't be recording this. This is once again, I'll be recording and keeping you guys updated. But once again, I'm learning and figuring out how to do this because, you know, it is a learning process. Well, I guess I should have been keeping track of time because I've made another piece, and this one here I gave it the little dimples, kind of like the back of a nib on a slim line. Man, I know it's hard to see. Let me flip this around. See those little dimples there at the end that let you press it into the tube? I gave this one the same type of thing. It looks pretty good. This is a lot better. I did 2 attempts. I don't know how long I was out here. I should have been watching the clock. But I did 2 attempts, and you know, I've been making my notes, so everything kind of came together fairly well. Probably need to make 1 or 2 more before I'm 100%, you know, certain. And the other thing is, I'm trying to figure out is cutting that angle at the end. I'm having trouble with that, and I need to read through my manual and see, is there a way to do that? It may just be that I need to have a special tool for that. I don't know, but we're going to do a little learning out of the book. Yeah, so I feel pretty good about that, and that's the hard part. The double tube thing is not that bad on the blank, so we will make a couple of more of these, and when I feel comfortable, I'll do a video for you guys on making that adapter, and I'll also show you guys how to make the blank with the 8 and 7mm tube. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm out in the shop. I just ran over to the other side to get some brake cleaner. I wanted to learn a little bit more about my lathe and how to cut tapers on it. Sorry about that. And I got online, did a little looking, and let me show you what I found. I did not even realize that I had this scale on here because it was rusted and gross. Let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looked like. It has never been off, well, not since I've owned it anyway. And I went ahead and pulled it off, and I was cleaning it with just a little acetone and a toothbrush. And I decided to get some brake cleaner because the brake cleaner will eat a lot of stuff off that it's just so aggressive. So I'm going to shoot a little brake cleaner on here and kind of work it in a little bit and see if I can clean that up, because on this side the scale is great. It's a little dark over there, and then I'll clean the bottom of that up, and then we'll get it lubricated and put back on, and that should make a world of difference. And then I'm going to just try tonight to do a test cut with a piece of aluminum and see if I can't cut a taper. Check it out now. You can read the entire scale, and when I set, look at this, look how easy that moves, and there's not even any oil on there. It is just cleaned with brake cleaner, and I did use a little bit of steel wool on a couple of tough areas, but that's pretty amazing how easy and how smooth that works. I even cleaned out the bottom of that. So let's go ahead now. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning because I still have some, I had to leave last night and I need to get all of this aluminum chips and stuff off of here. We'll clean it up, wipe it down, and we'll go ahead and oil everything, get it all back together, working nice and smooth, and then we'll do a test taper on a piece of aluminum. Take a look at that, just how easily that thing moves. I have the Allen screws in, I just don't have them tightened down because I want to, you know, set it. I went ahead and put quite a bit of oil on there. You can see it's kind of running out a little bit, but I figured as rusty as it was and as nasty, I didn't want that coming back. So I figured too much oil isn't going to hurt. We can just wipe it up. It's definitely not going to hurt anything. I'm happy with that. You can maybe see right in the middle of there's a registration mark. I was setting it about 35, maybe 40 degrees. I was watching one of Mr. Pete's videos, and it was about tapering, and I've watched it twice, so you think I would remember. But he talked about the angle that he likes to set at when he tapers. So I'm going to go ahead and rewatch that video and get the angle he sets at. And I do believe my tool holder is all jacked up as well, so I'm going to work on, you know, adjusting that kind of the way he did it on a Logan lathe, but it's the same thing. I'm going to get it set, we'll get it locked down, and then I will have a little fun and see if it works. This could be a little tough to do with the camera right in the middle of everything, but we're going to try it. I've gone ahead and locked my carriage down so it's not going to go anywhere, and I've got this set to, on this side, the registration mark is at 80 degrees, which should be a negative 10 degrees. So I should get a roughly a 10 degree taper. I've gone ahead and brought the tool up to the work, and I'm going to use this handle right here to advance the tool into the work. So let's see if how this goes. I'm going to get the tool width out of the way. There we go. I'll advance it in a little bit, and then I'll back it up. I moved kind of quick on that one. Let's do a finishing cut now. I'm going to go a little bit slower. Now I know that might not seem all that exciting to you guys, but for me that was a big deal learning how to do that, because if you saw my pin for yesterday, the section that I made for the end of it, it had a little bit of a convex shape to it because I was turning the carriage and this at the same time, this handle at the same time, trying to turn them even amounts to get a nice taper. With this, I can now set my taper to whatever I want, and I can make pretty much, you know, any taper angle that I want. So this is exciting for me. I'm happy about this. I'm going to play around a little bit more. I'm having some fun with this cut, and we're just going to play around for a few minutes, and I'll come back and talk to you guys in a second. Something occurred to me. I didn't have the camera zoomed in, so you guys really couldn't see the taper, but I had taken and made this the same diameter. I had cleaned it up. It was the same diameter from here to here, and there's my 10-degree taper cut. I am super happy with that. That's almost the shape of a nib, which is real easy to figure out now, and I might even be able to make some of my own nibs, so I'm pretty excited about that prospect. Well, I tell you what, you guys probably think I'm a little silly, but this is big for me. This is one of the things that I've been wanting to be able to do on my lathe. And let me show you, after I shut the camera off, I goofed around a little bit more. Here's the nib from a slimline pin right next to my nib. Now mine is quite a bit fatter, but if you'll notice how much longer, let's see if I can get down there, the slimline nib is. If I were to extend this out a little bit more, and then start the process, it would be thinner, but I can very easily adjust. Let me see if I can, well, you can see I'm really not that far off. I mean, when you lay them on top of one another, you know, I'm pretty darn close. So, you know, that would need to be taken down a little bit more, but that's the basic process. We just need to figure out the angle, and I think we got it. And that, my friends, is the reason why I wanted a metal lathe. I want to be able to make my own components. You know, I was goofing around the other day with that Pentel. That's just the start of it for me, and I'm excited because that's what this was all for. And it was, you know, it was a lot of work to get here. It was a lot of pain because there were so many parts missing. But sourcing those parts, and with the help from you guys, thank you so much to everybody who jumped in and helped me. And Mr. Pete's videos, he has no idea who I am. You know, I mean, he wouldn't know me from Adam, but his videos have been great. And man, I'm so happy. I'm gonna do a little cleanup here real quick, get everything oiled down. That's it for me tonight. I do have a couple other things I got to take care of, but I just wanted to get out here and try this. I saw the videos last night when I went in, and I couldn't wait. You know, at lunchtime today, I watched it a second time, so I just had to get out and try it. And now that I have, oh yeah, I'm real happy about this. But you guys take care. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll talk to you real soon. We're gonna have some pretty cool projects coming up in a very short amount of time.